What's up guys, Jason here. In this video I'm going to be teaching you how to make a simple and efficient Minecraft Bedrock creeper farm. This farm works on 1.19 and on all platforms of Minecraft Bedrock, whether you play on a phone, tablet, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, or PC. By the way, this is an improved version of my previous creeper farm. The materials list for this farm is in the description. As you guys can see here, this farm allows you to easily get a bunch of gunpowder. The first step is to choose an area to make your farm at. I recommend you make this farm over an ocean, however it is also fine if you make it over land. If you make this farm over land, build up about 130 blocks over land. If you make this farm over an ocean, first make sure you go at least 130 blocks away from any land. Then go down to the ocean floor. Now place blocks from the ocean floor to the ocean surface. The next step is to build up about 130 blocks above this spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After you are done building up about 130 blocks, go back down to the ocean. Then place ladders from here to the top of that pillar. The ladders will allow you to easily access the creeper farm. Once you are done placing the ladders, place a block over here, then place 2 blocks on this side. Then place 4 blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now fill in the outline with solid blocks. This will be the platform where you make the trident killer. Once you have made that platform, place a piston over here, then place a piston at this spot, piston over here, and piston over here. After you have placed all those pistons, place a redstone torch over here, then place an observer at this spot. Make sure the top arrow of that observer is facing this piston. Then place a redstone torch over here. Now place an observer at this spot as well. The top arrow of that observer should be facing that piston. Then place a redstone torch at this spot. Now place an observer at this spot as well. The top arrow of that observer should be facing that piston. Finally, place a redstone torch over here, then place an observer over here. The top arrow of that observer should be facing that piston. It's really important that you place the observers and redstone torches at the right spots. The next step is to place 4 solid blocks over here, then place 3 solid blocks over here, and 3 over here as well. Now take a trident and throw it at that piston. The trident can have any level of durability. Now place a lever over here, then flick it down. Once the pistons stop moving, flick it up. That should cause the pistons to move around like that. Now flick this lever back down. That should shut the trident killer system off. Now place a glass block over here, then place stairs over here. The stairs should be placed like that. This will be where you collect the XP. The next step is to count down 4 blocks from this spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then place 2 solid blocks over here and 3 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3. Then crouch down and place 2 chests over here. After you have done that, crouch down and place a hopper at that spot. The nozzle of the hopper should be facing that chest. Now crouch down and place a rail over here, then place a minecart hopper on the rail. The minecart hopper should be under one of the 4 blocks of the trident killer floor. The next step is to place a block at each of these spots. By placing these blocks, you will be able to prevent the minecart hopper from moving off of the hopper. The minecart hopper will collect gunpowder from the trident killer. The gunpowder will then get sent into that hopper. The hopper will then send the gunpowder into that collections chest. The next step is to place a torch over here, then place a torch over here, and torch over here. The torches will prevent mobs from spawning on those areas at nighttime. The next step is to place a solid block at each of these spots. Then place 19 blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After you have placed 19 blocks, go back down here. Now place another 19 blocks at each of these other spots. After you're done with that step, the farm should look like this. The next step is to place 9 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then go over to this spot. Now build out 9 solid blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then go over to this side. Then build out 9 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then go over to this side. Now build out 9 blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After you are done with that step, the farm should look like that. The next step is to fill in the outline with solid blocks. After you're done with that step, the farm should look like that. The next step is to create a 1 block high wall around the entire platform. After you are done creating that 1 block high wall, place stairs on top of the wall. Once you are done placing all the stairs, create an infinite water source. To do that, go to one side of the farm. Now place 4 blocks like this. Then place blocks around those 4 blocks. Then place 2 water over here. By doing that, you should create an infinite water source. That will allow you to use 2 buckets to fill in all the water for the entire farm. The next step is to place water in each stair. By doing this, the water should flow to the center. Once you're done placing water in each stair, the farm should look like that. The water should flow to that center area. The next step is to fill in and break the infinite water source. You will no longer need more water for this farm. The next step is to go to this corner of the farm. Now count out 1 block diagonally. Then place 4 blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then break these 3 blocks. Now place 14 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Once you're done with that step, go back to this spot. Now place 14 solid blocks in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. After you're done with that step, go over to this spot. Now count 1 block to the left, then place 14 solid blocks over here. Then go over here, now count 1 block to the left, then place 14 solid blocks over here. Then continue doing that until you reach that side. Once you're done with that step, the farm should look like that. The next step is to go to this spot. Now count 1 block to the right. Now place a block at each of these spots. Now go to this spot, then count 1 block to the right, then place a block at each of these spots. Now go to this spot, then count 1 block to the right, now place a block at each of these spots. The next step is to continue placing blocks in that pattern until you get to that side. By doing this, you should create an area where creepers can spawn. This will be the first layer of this creeper farm. Once you're done with that step, the farm should look like that. The next step is to go over to this corner. Now place a button. Then skip 1 block forward. Now place a button. Then do that again. Now continue doing that until you get to that side. After you're done placing all those buttons, skip 1 block to the right. Now place a button over here. Then skip 1 block downwards. Then place a button over here. Then do that again. Then keep doing that until you get to that side. Now skip 1 block to the right, then place a button over here, then place a button at each of these spots as well. Now skip 1 block to the right, then place a button at each of these spots. Then continue placing buttons in that pattern until you get to that side. By placing buttons at each of these spots, spiders will not be able to spawn on this creeper spawning platform. That will allow you to get more creepers to spawn at a time. After you are done with that step, the farm should look like that. By the way, it's okay if the buttons appear to be facing a different direction. The buttons just need to be at the correct spots. The next step is to place a button in each hole. By placing a button in each hole, the creepers will walk off into the holes. That is because creepers see buttons as full blocks. After you are done placing a button in each hole, the creeper farm should look like this. This is the first creeper spawning layer. The next step is to go to this corner of that creeper spawning layer. Now crouch down and place 2 solid blocks over here. Then break this block. Now place a solid block at that height above all blocks on that first creeper spawning layer. Make sure you place all these blocks at the correct spots. After you're done with that step, the farm should look like that. As you guys can see here, the second creeper spawning layer should be 2 blocks above the first one. All the holes should be aligned over each other. The next step is to place a trapdoor above each block that does not have a button on this creeper spawning layer. For example, this block does not have a button, so I'm going to place a trapdoor over here. By doing this, you will be able to prevent zombies and skeletons from spawning in this farm. That will cause more creepers to spawn. After you're done with that step, the farm should look like that. As you guys can see there should be a trapdoor above each spot without a button. At this point, you should be done making the first creeper spawning layer. The next step is to finish making 5 more creeper spawning layers. This is the second creeper spawning layer. Each creeper spawning layer should be 2 blocks above the creeper spawning layer below it. Make sure you place all the buttons and trapdoors at the same spots on each creeper spawning layer. By the way, you do not need to place trapdoors on the 6th layer until you have finished making the roof. I'm going to show you all how to make the roof later in this video. By making a lot of creeper spawning layers, more creepers will spawn at a time in this farm. That is because there are more spots where they can spawn. Once you're done with that step, the farm should look like that. As you guys can see here, all the holes should be aligned over each other. Make sure you placed all the buttons and trapdoors at the correct spots. At this point, each layer should have trapdoors except for the 6th layer. I will show you all how to place trapdoors on this layer later in the video. I am now going to show you all how to make the roof. The next step is to go to this spot. Now crouch down and place 2 solid blocks over here. Then break this block. Now place 12 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then go over here. Now place 12 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. After you're done with that step, go over to this corner. Now crouch down and place 2 solid blocks. Then break this block. Then place 12 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then go over here. Now place 12 blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. After you are done placing these blocks, repeat doing that on those 2 corners as well. After you are done placing all those blocks, the farm should look like that. That will be the outline for the roof. The next step is to fill in that outline with solid blocks. By doing this, you should create a roof that makes the farm dark. That will allow creepers to spawn during the daytime. After you are done placing all the solid blocks, the roof should look like this. The next step is to place slabs on all the blocks on the roof. By doing this, mobs will not be able to spawn on the roof. That will cause more creepers to spawn in this creeper farm. Once you are done placing the slabs, the roof should look like that. The next step is to go down here. Now place a trapdoor above each spot on this top layer that does not have a button. By the way, if you want to see more easily, you can place torches on this top layer. Just remember to break all the torches after you are done placing the trapdoors. After you are done placing the trapdoors, the farm should look like that. At this point, make sure you have broken any torches that you placed on the top layer. That is because the farm needs to be dark for creepers to spawn. The next step is to go down to this part of the farm. Then place a torch over here and a torch at this spot. That will prevent mobs from spawning on those areas. I am now going to do a quick fly around so that you can check and make sure you have made this farm correctly. By the way, the farm should be dark. The reason why it looks bright right now is because I have night vision. Over here, there should be the roof. Make sure you made the roof correctly. Over here, there should be the 6 creeper spawning layers. Make sure you made each creeper spawning layer correctly. Make sure you placed all the buttons at the right spots. Also, make sure you placed all the trapdoors at the right spots as well. It's really important that the holes are aligned over each other. The water should look like that. The trident killer should be down here. Over here, there should be this collection system. It should be under the trident killer. Finally, over there should be a ladder. How this farm works is, whenever you stand by the trident killer, creepers will spawn on these creeper spawning layers. The buttons on top of each layer will prevent spiders from having enough room to spawn. The trapdoors will prevent zombies and skeletons from spawning. That is because they are too tall to spawn under trapdoors. In this farm, only creepers will be able to spawn. The creepers will be able to spawn on any block under a trapdoor. After a creeper spawns, it will eventually walk into one of the holes because it sees buttons as full blocks. It will then fall down to this bottom area. It will then get sent into the trident killer. Whenever the trident killer is turned on, the creeper will get automatically killed. You can collect the XP over here. The gunpowder will get collected by the minecart hopper, funneled into that hopper, and funneled into that chest. After you're done using the farm, you can flick that lever down to shut the trident killer off. By the way, in this farm, creepers will be able to spawn both in the day and at night. That is because the roof makes the creeper spawning layers always dark. Once again, the reason why it looked bright earlier is because I had the night vision effect. I am now going to show you how to use this farm. To use it, first stand over here, then flick this lever up. Now all you need to do is wait. Creepers will spawn on the creeper spawning layers, then fall down here. They will then get automatically killed. You will collect XP from the creepers over here. The gunpowder will go into the collections chest. As you guys can see here, this is an easy way to get a bunch of gunpowder. It is also a good way to get some XP. By the way, if you hold a sword enchanted with looting 3 while you use this farm, you can get more gunpowder at a time. That is because the looting 3 effect will be applied to the trident. Whenever you are done using the creeper farm, you can flick this lever down to shut the trident killer off. You can then collect the loot down here. All the gunpowder will be in this collections chest. If this farm does not work for you, try switching the world difficulty to peaceful and then to hard. Also, try setting your world simulation distance to 4 chunks. You can do that by leaving the world, then going into the world settings. If you made this farm over land and notice that mobs spawn outside of the farm while you stand over here, I recommend you try lighting up those areas with torches. I hope you all enjoyed learning how to make this simple and efficient Minecraft Bedrock creeper farm. Please like, comment, subscribe, and check out my other Minecraft videos. Thanks for watching.